It's the United Rentals 300 here at Daytona International Speedway. A great doubleheader of action, and we are headed toward the finish. And if that last segment was any indication, I think it's time to buckle up, strap in, because the finish is going to be pretty wild here tonight under the lights at Daytona.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A lot of heavy hitters at the front of the field right now, getting ready to battle it out in the closing 29 laps, what will be 28 when they circle back around here and cross the start-finish line. Fans, just want to remind you that tomorrow is the moment that you have all been waiting for this entire Speed Weeks, brought to you by Advent Health. It is the 67th running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, tomorrow around 2 p.m. green flag, as it was bumped back an hour for the start time of the Great American Race. And Joe, I am very excited for what is going to take place here tomorrow at Daytona International Speedway.
It's going to be a big day. Make sure you're aware that the gates open at 8:30 until 9 a.m. Racing, the 21 we saw for Austin Hill. 2 cars still out on track. Jesse Love, he's won the Daytona 500, not only with his grandson Austin Dillon, who will be in the field tomorrow, but also Dale Earnhardt Sr. back in 1998 for his only victory of the Daytona 500.
Yeah, and how big would it be for Kyle Busch if he can come across the start-finish line first and secure his first Daytona 500 championship at the World Center of Racing? It would be his 20th year of trying, just like the iconic story of Dale Earnhardt. 20 years of trying before he got his first Daytona 500 victory, and Kyle Busch trying to follow in the footsteps of the great Dale Earnhardt in his 20th attempt at the Daytona 500. And oh, by the way, driving for Richard Childress.
So he keeps an eye on his driver out on track, the 2-car of Jesse Love, who has proven to be a very talented young driver. His sophomore season in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, you drive on board the Whelen Chevrolet as he navigates around this Daytona International Speedway. How about Sheldon Creed? We highlighted it in the beginning. 13 times he has finished in the runner-up position. That's a record without scoring a victory in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. His teammate sitting right there as well, Sam Mayer, their first time working together on the same team. But that double zero for Sheldon Creed has a lot to prove. He's been at the front of the field the entire time, and we have asked this question many, many times before, 13 times in fact. Is tonight the night that Sheldon Creed is no longer the bridesmaid and wins an NASCAR Xfinity Series race?
And I'm sure he is getting sick and tired of hearing that fact that he has finished in the second position 13 times without a win and holds that record. NASCAR has added a lap, so he will not see the one that goes single this time by. But how about this? Very impressive for the Lost Factory team. Not only was Sheldon Creed up front leading the way, but Sam Mayer, his teammate, right second. They are the top 2 spots right now in the United Rentals 300.
Mayer from Franklin, Wisconsin, has spent the majority of his Xfinity Series career with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Junior Motorsports, but they parted ways at the end of last season. He got the opportunity to drive the 41 here this year, and so far, 1 race into the books, he is certainly having a strong run, sitting in second. Jesse Love third. Taylor Gray has been up front too. He has led challenging for the top spot. And Taylor Gray, the 54th for Joe Gibbs Racing, and Williams Sawalich, his teammate, tonight, and they do that well.
Yeah, Williams Sawalich, he has been all over the place here this week at Daytona International Speedway. A 9th place finish last night in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series event in the Freshman Florida 250. A 2nd place finish earlier today in the Ride the Dente 200 for the NASCAR ARCA Menard Series. And now sitting inside the top 5 here with 27 laps to go. How big of a Joe Gibbs Racing debut it would be for Williams Sawalich here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in the joke. It was a 18 at Daytona if he was able to secure the victory.
And behind him, just outside the top 5, the 19 for Justin Bonsignore, that 4-time champion of NASCAR's Wheel-In Modified Tour. NASCAR started by racing modifieds on the beach here in Daytona. They continue to do that now.
I don't care. I just didn't want fucking off there
last year, certainly headed for a Hall of Fame career on the modified side. Now second on the all-time win list in modified racing is car owner Ken Massa, owner of N3 Technologies, who is the sponsor for his car tonight in Daytona as he rides in 6th, making just his 2nd career NASCAR Xfinity Series start and 1st here in Daytona.
Here comes the field now, working through the tri-oval very soon, that is, as they work up off of turn number 4, and on the flag stand, you can see it now, the signal is being given, 1 to go, so next time by, you should drop the green flag, and turn one time, heel down on the gas, go back up to the gearbox right now, they work through the shoe zone, and then Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer that will both be left to restart on the outside lane and lead this field back to the green flag.
Take another lap around and slow down. Money driver.
Lined up to the outside, and Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer. Bottom lane, Jesse Love and Harrison Burton, Cup Series winner here in August last year.
Successful in that endeavor for the moment as they can get down the track.
Yeah, there's traffic high and low trying to track him down as they make their way into turn number 1. Jesse Love climbs the banking to the outside lane to block the onslaught of Sheldon Creed. Bottom lane is open for Harrison Burton.
He has some drafting help just behind him in the form of Ryan C. as they make their way up the back straightaway. Outside lane beginning to advance just a bit with Jesse Love, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Taylor Gray.
Behind Taylor Gray, 51 on the outside, that's Williams Sawallich. Downstairs on the inside lane, that is where you find Harrison Burton trying to...
Garrett Swiftly's car has no power. He is coasting to the
Yeah, rat-a-tat-tat.
Harrison Burton begins to surge forward at the bottom of the racetrack. Harrison Burton trying to drive the field forward in a side-by-side battle for third.
Burton, who's had some fairly significant damage just behind the right front tire, virtually from the early laps of this race. It's not slowing down.
Ryan Seed, Ryan Ellis all lined up on the inside lane. That's beginning to come back to life. Harrison Burton now just outside of the top three with momentum heading into the corner behind race leader Jesse Love.
Just when we thought the inside lane was going to be down and out, they have now surged ahead, and Harrison Burton now hit the car and takes the lead away from Jesse Love.
What a drive on the inside lane, and that's spearheaded by Harrison Burton.
Now backsliding again on the inside line. Back to the number 3 spot as first Jesse Love and now Sheldon Creed move by, but the drafting help is on its way. Ryan Sieg arrives, and here comes Burton again.
Comes Burton within a car length of race leader Jesse Love, who had a couple of car lengths back to his drafting. The turn 2 as he continues to lead the outside lane. Momentum comes down to the bottom.
Comes Harrison Burton with a great shove from his back wheel, courtesy of Ryan Sieg. Burton goes back to the point. It's Sieg and Love tangling for second.
Up the corner, new leader, Harrison Burton. Steady side by side with Jesse Love for the lead. Third driver in line on the bottom. What about the run for Ryan Ellis right now?
Ryan Ellis is right there, third on the bottom row with Connor Zillage in his rearview mirror. They are side by side again for the top spot.
Jesse Love not giving up in the outside lane. Pulls back up alongside Burton for the top spot, and he has dropped him up from Sheldon Creed. Creed now up to second. Sam Weir looks on that outside lane.
In the turn number 3, Connor Zillage, the first driver, split in the middle. Sammy Smith, just Allgaier with the wall, 3 wide.
Heck yeah, let's go 3 wide racing at Daytona now as we get down to it.
With the withdrawal of a truly dominant Austin Hill, this one is anybody's ball game. Jesse Love on the point. Sheldon Creed is second. Dipping down for a low peak is Sam there.
Keeping an eye on Justin Allgaier beginning to climb back up through the field. Made a 3-wide move a lap ago, and now is the third car in line on the bottom behind Connor Zillage and Sam Smith. And now Sheldon Creed who takes the lead.
Sheldon Creed surging ahead. He'll go back to the lead. Jesse Love on the outside. Sam there.
A lap ago, Justin Allgaier found himself right in the middle of the stew. He was in 11th position.
Justin Allgaier trying to claw his way forward. He will follow Sammy Smith for the moment. Behind him is Carson Quapple as the Junior Motorsports troops try to make a play.
Including Connor Zillage, who leads that inside lane. Sammy Smith in the second spot. Now it's going to be Jesse Love going outside to the bottom. We're trying to block both lanes on the Daytona Supertrack.
So far, Jesse Love has been successful in that venture. He puts his Chevrolet right against the bottom side of the racetrack. Connor Zillage and Sheldon Creed right side by side with second.
We're going to have to deal with a slower car that is
He will pull down at the bottom of the racetrack after sustaining some pretty serious damage earlier on today. Everybody makes their way by with no issues. Jesse Love continues to show the way, but Connor Zillage is right there.
A look to the inside, but Jesse Love slammed the door off of turn number 2. Cut back to the bottom of the speedway. Now goes back topside in front of Sheldon Creed. Zillage continues to lead the inside lane with his Junior Motorsports teammates behind him.
Those two Junior Motorsports teammates for Zillage are Sammy Smith and Justin Allgaier. They have found Connor Zillage and are trying to shove him forward.
15 laps to go in Daytona. Jesse Love reclaims the lead, but they are scoring the
This time through turns 1 and 2, he goes to the bottom to shut down Connor Zillage. He'll drift a long wide, off two.
Jesse Love so strong at the front of the field, looks exactly like his teammate Austin Hill in the first half of this race. Inside, outside, back to the outside lane and turn 3.
There's going to be a coordinated effort needed if they're going to get rid of Jesse Love right now to win this race. Love again against the double yellow line. Here is Sheldon Creed.
Now here comes Sheldon Creed. He'll swing right
There's no doubt about it. Everybody giving it pretty close to 100%. Wow, Sheldon Creed puts the squeeze on Connor Zillage. Zillage who loses. He's got the lead on the back straightaway.
Inside lane finds momentum off of turn 2. Here comes Connor Zillage looking for the top spot with drafting help from Sammy Smith and Justin Allgaier. Jesse Love leading the outside lane by a half car length.
Connor Zillage now fighting back on the inside. He is dead in with Jesse Love. Love to his outside. Connor Zillage trying to have his junior teammate push him on the prize.
As a matter of fact, he's got 4 of them right there, including himself.
Teammates are a wonderful thing to have right about now, but on the final lap or two, teammates will throw you to the wolves and go every man for himself. At the front, side by side for the lead, Zillage down low, Love up high.
Jesse Love in the outside lane has drafting help from Sheldon Creed. Inside lane, Junior Motorsports Chevrolet's getting a little bit racy. One car diving at a line. That's Carson Quattro making a 3 wide for fifth.
Carson Quattro carrying move, and he puts his teammate Justin Allgaier in the middle. Allgaier with no drafting help is now going to fall outside the top 10.
Carson Quattro just booted his teammate Justin Allgaier to the middle lane, and Allgaier begins to
Jesse Love has elbowed his way back to the front of the pack as he wins that side-by-side battle with Connor Zillage. He drops down to the bottom to block Zillage, slides up to block Sheldon Creed.
From Connor Zillage back to the inside of the racetrack. Jesse Love goes topside in front of Sheldon Creed. That gives Zillage a little bit of room on the bottom. They do not have the momentum. Sammy Smith still second car right on the bottom.
Sammy Smith trying to push Connor Zillage forward, but they just don't have the push at the moment. Up front, Jesse Love. On the outside lane.
Sheldon Creed keeps taking the lead there. Jesse Love.
As they hit the banking in turn number 1, Connor Zillage has faded back into a side-by-side battle for the number 5 position. He'll try to rally the troops again in that low line.
Inside lane beginning the fade just a bit. Connor Zillage showing the inside, showing the way on the inside of the racetrack. Sammy Smith and his teammates at first and Walker behind 10. Outside lane right now has the numbers behind Jesse Love.
By the time they get to turn 3, Kyle, that inside lane has all but dissolved. Not so fast, says Sheldon Creed. He wants to lead one of Creed. Crashing over the point.
Creed inside, Creed outside, Creed comes He's going to take his teammate and Sam Mayer along with him.
White knuckle time at the World Center of Racing. Sheldon Creed to the inside of Jesse Love for the lead. He needs drafting help, and coming hard is Sam Mayer. He'll push him to the lead.
Comes Jesse Love to the bottom of the racetrack off of turn number 2. Now swings wide. Sheldon Creed leads the inside lane. Sam Mayer tucked in behind him along with Connor Zillage. And still Love.
Wall to the bottom of the racetrack, checks his mirror. He's got Sheldon Creed in lockstep formation behind him. Taylor Gray has emerged out of seemingly nowhere and now leads the outside lane.
Hold your breath racing here in Daytona with 8 laps to go.
Where did Taylor Gray come from? He has materialized once again at the front of the pack. He's in a side-by-side battle for position number 3. They tangle, turn around, trying to save the race here, but Justin Bonsignore
turn number 2 in front of Dave Mooney.
Justin Bonsignor got gathered up as they were swapping positions and changing lines midway between 1 and 2. He got turned sideways, and for a moment, he was going to be able to save it as he drifted down onto the apron. He was not able to save it. He spun the car around. A couple of others went for rides as well. They have all cleared the scene, even Bonsignor, who's got some damage on his machine.
Caution on the speedway for the 6th time in tonight's race.
Trying to get that middle line moving. He got into the back of Justin Bonsignor, who came across the racetrack into Sammy Smith, and then spun Kyle Busch style with all those sparks flying off turn 2.
Yeah, and that is an expensive wreck right there for Junior Motorsports. 3 of his entries involved in that one. Sammy Smith taking the worst of it. Here's another look at it on NASCAR TV. Bonsignor definitely came across the nose of Allgaier, and Allgaier kind of forced his way in there 3 wide. Sammy Smith shot up the racetrack. He made contact with the outside wall. Allgaier's got some front end damage, and I'm pretty sure Carson Quapple may have gotten away with no damage somehow, but there's the contact between Justin Bonsignor and Sammy Smith. And here is Carson Quapple in that number 1 machine coming through right now. It's close, but no damage for Carson Quapple on his number 1 Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet.
Carson Quapple has been in the middle of so many different things today, but somehow continues on. You see Anthony Alfredo there, 42, just trying to sneak by in the outside lane, but got collected at the very last moment, was almost through the incident. Look at the sparks as the splitter, that front nose piece of the Bonsignor, Joe Gibbs number 19, and the rear bumper looks spectacular, but that's not the type of spectacular Bonsignor was looking for here tonight in Daytona. Allgaier, Sammy Smith, Ryan C. unfortunately involved that incident as well after having a good day tonight and leading a few laps here in Daytona.
That was crazy. Just wait until he dropped the green flag and turn him loose again. Under 5 laps to go it's going to be, so it is going to come down the wire, and a crazy finish